What's going on? What y'all got going on? Thunderstorm in these parts. Come in, come in, come in. Smash that like. What y'all think? Uh, Vic, victim or villain? Smash that like. If this was Trump's war, why is JD Vance why is JD Vance negotiating everything? What's up, Steve? Yo, your answer changes every day. Now it's a little of both. Can you explain to me why you say a little bit of both? What you do today, Steve? Your opinion changes a little to the left for Carmelo every day. What have you found out that makes you maybe think a little both? Because I think he's a victim because now he's caught up in a struggle for whether it was a racist crime or what. And he just, I mean, there's a lot of controversy swirling around him too, and monetization. I don't think he getting none of it. Hopefully, people looking out for him. Smash that like. Well, it's unfortunate it happened, but he's still a murderer. He's just too young to know any better. Wow, he's too young to know that he's a murderer. Shit, if you committing a murder, you already know you're a murderer. That don't make sense. Smash that like y'all. Shut me out. I know him and Austin Cliff didn't think they were gonna change the country like they did because you know what they're doing is got the country got that Daniel Bird, what's going on, Daniel Bird? What's up with you? Talking about Trump versus Obama, all this stuff, man, that we going through. Y'all think you think Obama would have done a better job than Trump? You think Obama would have handled this go around again better than Trump would did Iran did? Well, you know what? Obama wasn't wouldn't he was playing the role of president. Trump is playing the role of commander in chief. It's two different things. President, you know what I mean, listens to the politicians. The commander in chief listens to the military industrial complex. Smash that like y'all, Chevy y'all. Get them lights up. Who would have did a better job, Trump or Obama? with all this stuff. Make sure y'all taking the polls and get the polls up. Trump versus Obama. Trump 50%, Obama 0. They both suck 50%. Make sure y'all taking the poll as y'all coming in. And double tap that stream, man. It's free. It's not the electric chair. It's not gonna shock me. And what's the answer to your question? Yes, sir, Ski. What's going on, Akeem Page? What's up with you, fam? What you got going on this evening or later on tonight? Shout out Akeem Page. Akeem, what part of the country you say you in? It's telling y'all in here, man. Let's double tap that stream. And thanks for double tapping that stream, Akeem. That's what it is. I mean, greatly appreciate it. 10 of y'all in here, man. Let's get them likes up. Just chilling. Just chilling. You say he was the villain. Jamming. Why you say he the villain? And it's not the debate just to see where you at with it as an American. Mello has a dream team for his appeal case leading attorney. Didn't they just say Russell Wilson was a lawyer? Who was his lawyer for the case, though? I saw that, Russell Wilson. But it might. But the L with the gray beamer, sipping Zimmers with the girl. They said, did you money? Did you get the Gmail? Because guess what? Now all of a sudden, why didn't they have this case in the first place? That shit don't make no sense, man. They knew that young boy, if he had a proper representation, he won't, because he black. If Republicans could run the country effectively, efficiently, and successfully, and with prosperity, then why are most of the red states the worst of the poverty? Well, because the Republicans aren't running the country. Donald Trump is. He ain't got nothing to do with the Republicans and Democrats. Donald Trump is MAGA. Smash that like Donald Trump is MAGA, man. Kamalo, victim or villain. What's up, Darren Connolly? Nancy Guthrie update. It said she died. Apology note came. She died by accident. Wouldn't that be crazy if she kidnapped her damn self and she's somewhere living? And she kidnapped her damn self and she's somewhere just chilling, trying to get some money. And that's crazy. I don't see nothing else. They keep saying the video. They haven't showed any definite video of the altercation of the two young men either. Smash that like the video of JD Vance in Switzerland crying, trying to convince them people not to tear us out the frame. Because if they won, why are they doing all this negotiating? It just don't make sense. But what they're not telling y'all is about that dam that canal that's in Iraq. Smash that like 6 of y'all, man. Greatly appreciate it. 6 of y'all, pal. What's the weather like in y'all area? It's thunderstorm right now here. You seem like Trump's biggest supporter. Who, me? Nah, I'm not against Trump, but I'm not even a supporter. Yeah, and then people keep playing it. All it is them arresting the guy. It's an essentials commercial because it's a promo for essentials. He got on one of them essential hoodies. That should be for the criminal in you. Make sure you get essential. You know what I mean? Like he going, okay, okay, I'll peep it. I'll peep it. I'll peep it, money. Smash that like y'all. Shut me out. Was off the meth cup daddy on the View? Was Jet Metcalf on the View? Smash that like y'all. The View always managed to have their mouth in something. That's crazy. And Brian Price, that statement is silly. Okay. Porgy. What's going on, Porgy? You ain't been in here in a minute, man. What's been up with you? Release the files. I know there ain't nobody streaming for the files no more. What's up with that? Y'all ain't looking for the files no more. Everybody used to be streaming for the files. Release the files. Where are the files? Where are the files? I don't want the files no more. That's crazy. You can't handle the files. Smash that like. It's 8 of y'all in here, man. Get them up, get them up, get them up. We on the road to 100. Hey, dude, I heard Baby Duck that died in the reflecting pool turned his steering wheel towards the algae. That's crazy. If y'all want to see what the reflecting pool really looks like before they did all that shit to it, go check my channel out and you'll see a playlist called DC. I got what the joint really look like. It's now that y'all in here, man. Double tap the stream, man. It's not the electric chair. It's not gonna shock me. Let's get it popping. You understand? The Carmelo files. Wow. What Carmelo files? They got Carmelo files now. See what I'm saying? All this shit is super distractive. Now they got Carmelo files. What kind of shit is that? Release the Carmelo files. Smash that like. I heard they're arresting people for vandalism too with that shit. With saying maybe they gonna get 10 years for vandalism if they find out you fuck with that pond. That's crazy. You about to get 10 things for fucking with Donald Trump shit. He about to hit your ass with 10. Yeah, I heard they arrested people for vandalizing that reflection pool. Steve, have you ever seen looked on my page and seen when I went to Washington D.C. I got video of that reflecting pool. Go check my page out. You'll see it. It's in a joint that says D.C. and a playlist called D.C. 80 y'all in here, man. Let's get them lights up. It's late. Yeah, them Cadbury, but the old school. I used to like them Cadbury Easter eggs. Remember the little eggs? Cadbury, they can't make the right shit no more because they switched the way they do their milk chocolate. Also, they ain't got the plug in Africa no more. That's crazy that people, I mean, about to get taken out for that shit. And knowing Trump and them, they'll get the wrong people. They'll get some black people for it. Hey, come here, black guy. Did you said it should be 20 instead of 10? Wow, why you say that, Brian? Y'all got some harsh punishments until you got to get punished. I mean, until you got punished. Y'all think it's gonna be a new Democratic socialist president in the next 12 years? I said, yeah, because they're taking over all the mainstream government positions. Devious Chris says, Steve, a claim of vandalism, a former Olympian grabbed a piece of loose coating. They called it vandalism. Then it meant want to blame everyone else. Right. They just used the shoddy equipment. Chris, have you seen the video on my channel when I was at the reflecting pool? I went to the reflecting pool a couple of times. I sold merch in front of the reflecting pool. If y'all want to see what it looked like before, go check my page out. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna go get the link to that shit. Smash that like, y'all. Shout me out. It's 7 of y'all in here. What's going on, Chris? Shit, white folks doing everything lately, man. Y'all know it. Stop trying to goddamn act all innocent. It was white, huh? Yeah, here it go. Let me see. Here go a few views of how to watch the pool used to look. Hit that link right there. You can see how the pool used to look. Smash that like, y'all. I say every American should get to DC. Smash that like. He said he's guilty. Why do you think he's guilty? User. Why is he guilty, user? Water management experts, scientists, and contractors state that the pool's condition is actually a result of natural elements and structure failure, not a coordinated attack. Okay, okay. Good. Brian, you said guilty, guilty, guilty. What's going on, Brian Price? Welcome back in. Porgy, I was going to say maybe it was sabotage too. That'd be a good way to get him. Everything he does, fuck it up. I mean, shit. I had not put it past Americans that it could have been some form of sabotage. So then they better tell him to fuck with that shit. No, I feel like Donald Trump is fucking with a lot of shit. His next move is the Washington Monument Watch. There's one that he put his name on the Washington Monument. The Trump Washington Monument. The Trump Washington Monument. Why are you so sure about that? And it's almost like you're laughing in your text that you want him to be guilty. Why, Brian Price? They told him that shit. What did he do? What they do that was so different? What did they do with the pool that was so different that they couldn't reverse? I don't understand. Smash that like y'all. Wow. What lions, Chris? It's crazy. It looked perfectly fine when I went there. And I've been there millions of times. For real. They didn't have to paint that shit. Trump just wanna be doing shit, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I think Trump just wanna be doing shit. He just wanna be starting something. Antifa operatives were caught dumping algae into the pool were false and was satire. It's not the first time Trump has fallen for satire, right? Porgy. I no doubt I wouldn't think that I wouldn't put it past Antifa as much as they talk shit about Antifa. They say Antifa on some other shit, so shit. That's right up their alley, ain't it? Being the domestic terrorist that they claim that Antifa is. Why you can't wait till the Trump settle bill? Matter of fact, don't even tell me. Can I tell you what's that's white people shit. You're gonna have to go ask one of your white friends. If you wanna cook up crack, I can tell you how to cook up crack. I mean, but nah, I can't tell you nothing about that's white people shit, dude. What's up, Tony? I sure can. I can't help you with that, family. Devious Chris says the base of the pool is granite. It is naturally porous, meaning it drains on a broad base and allows for fresh water. The coating prevents the slow seepage and increases the heat, stagnant water. Okay, okay, okay. But whatever they came and supposed to be fixed, why didn't they just reverse it? Devious, can y'all help this guy, man? Some guy came in, Tony. He wants the recipe to crack. I mean, to meth. My bad. I told him I could probably get him the recipe to crack, no doubt. But meth, that's white people. You know, some white person in the chat, one of my white people, help him make some meth. Smash that like. Shout out Tony. What you doing with this meth? If we do help you, are you gonna cook enough for you to smoke, or you gonna cook up enough to sell to the hood? What's your intentions with it? The entire pool needs filters. It probably has filters. I can't believe they just got a long ass pool like that you have in your yard and shit. I can't believe it. It's probably got so much shit going on with it. Did they say who the three arrests were? One was the Olympic guy, and then who were the other two guys? Were there somebody with him? Was it stemming from what the Olympic dude did? Or was it from some on Antifa type shit, fam? Shit, peeling up paint. Steve, I dropped the link. Did you see the link I got pinned of the reflection pool, how it used to look? You say all the same what? All Americans should get to Washington, D.C. if they haven't already went. D.C. be packed, though. All right. Oh, yeah, I just dropped the link right there. There goes the link right here. Well, check this link out, Steve. The water source is from the river, meaning it already contains particles. The more aggressive the filtration, the more the water moves to become less reflective. Okay, okay, okay. That one, and it won't be like glass. Yo, and it's long as hell. I don't know the exact measurements, but if you're not in shape, do not try to come walk the National Mall. I forgot to tell y'all that. Get an e-bike because from the Lincoln Monument to the Capitol building is a stretch. If you're not in shape, don't do it. What y'all think? Y'all think JD Vance has taken over as the Iran deal negotiator? Smash that like y'all. He said he tried and continues to fail. Okay. But is it Trump who's actually continuing to fail? That's what's so crazy. It's Trump. Trump has a habit of passing the buck to other people. Yeah. And exactly, Chris, that's how I feel. Well, JD Vance be to blame. That's crazy. I believe that. JD Vance gonna be the blame of this shit. Is Trump gonna blame JD? Probably will. It's crazy. Is Trump gonna blame JD? Damn, JD. I know he wish he never got down with them. JD probably wish he never fucked with them motherfuckers. Damn. Smash that like. I'm telling you, it's gonna boil down to JD Vance. They're gonna put that shit on JD Vance like a motherfucker. Trump blame JD Vance. That's crazy. Trump about to blame JD for this shit. I bet you he do watch the Argon. Remember I told you this shit. They gonna say JD did it. If JD would have went in there and told them people we're Americans and this is what the hell we want, would Trump blame JD? Smash that like would he was he gonna blame JD? Trump cannot and will not ever take responsibility for his actions. It's a narcissistic mindset. It's thundering out here. It'll be un-Trump like if he did though. You know Trump ain't going for that. I know they got some Trump clones because sometimes you can tell like that's not the same one that was they had last night on TV. Smash that like. I think it's interesting that JD is the only politician to actually call right, and now they friends. But JD is to appease the Republicans. He's not with all that MAGA shit, and he's the one that's representing America for real. Donald Trump representing the military, and that's just what it is. What it is. Yeah, Donald Trump representing the military, man. Was a pick. JD was a pick for the Silicon Valley crowd. His mentor just okay. Peter Thiel, right? Peter Thiel just the problem tree. You say he was a victim. You still think he was a victim, man? That's crazy. Is he not a victim? I say he's a victim. I'm still on catch up on this morning trying to get the details on why. Okay, let me ask you something. Donald Trump said the other day that that dude was going to have to resign. Was he foreshadowing it or something happened and it was accumulating up to that? I heard Donald Trump say this dude is going to resign. All right, Porgy, what you about to go make? What kind of food you about to go fix? Porgy and Bess. Smash that light. Smash that light. A lot of them be on that narcissist mindset. It's crazy. But what I'm trying to figure out is if the war is over, why are they still negotiating? It don't make sense. If you won, why are you negotiating? Now, I know that the shit stalled out. I'm telling you, they gonna say, "Hey, JD Vance did it." JD, if you wouldn't have went over there, and because now it's a Republican deal. When JD Vance goes, it's not the military infrastructure; it's the Republicans, it's the politicians that are going over there. And you know what I mean, war isn't over. Iran and Israel are still trading blows along with Hezbollah and the Israel. Trump wants Syria to invade Lebanon now. Well, I thought Trump wanted Israel to stop bombing Lebanon. Because what was this thing with Netanyahu the other day? He was talking about him real bad at that G7 joint. So are they on the right same accord or what? What's up, Mark Choate? What's your opinion on all this, Mark? What kind of help you need? Trump backflipped in the last 48, said the Syrians would do a better job in Lebanon. That's why Israel was not violating the terms. Wow. So he wants somebody, he don't want Israel to do it. That's fucked up. And Syria, wasn't Syria just being controlled by Assad and them? What happened with that? Syria gonna turn around and be a Kurdish zone. Hey, boss man, I need some help. I need to know about the 5551 movement in SAP. I think it might be something to do with strapping inventory. I ain't never heard of the 551 movement, dude. And what's SAP? That's something you got going on. You trying to get me to Google your shit. What is that? Some kind of and then you ain't write it right. I thought it was 50501. I don't understand it. You came in here and tried to drop that bullshit. Too Shine, why you need my help? Seeming that you a member of this shit. You too old for the bullshit, Too Shine. He talking about some old. 551 movement, which is just that old 55, whatever that bullshit is, the movement. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like No Kings came in here with that bullshit, try to promote it. That shit like the No Kings movement, man. That's ran by the part of the LGBT community. Smash that like. Let's get them likes up, man. 7 of y'all in here. Better luck next time. What's the ERP system? The movement code. Come on, man. What's the ERP system? What is that? Smash that like, man. Carmelo, victim or villain, man. 8 of y'all in here. What y'all think? Okay. 551 is a tax write off, change or damage the graded stock. Let you pull it up from stock and write it off as a loss. Okay. Got you. Two shine. I didn't know what the hell you was talking about. A lot of companies do that. They'll write it off too, like it's one price, then it'll be something, I mean, minimal. Like, especially with the donuts and shit that, and all that stuff at like supermarkets and stuff, they do that shit. Two shine. DV's answered your question. Two shine, what part of the country you in? I'm telling y'all, they setting fucking JD Vance up to be the fall guy for MAGA. And that's crazy. Y'all will never see it. Oh, Cali, that's what it is. What's going on with Cali, man? Would you vote for Gavin Newsom? And Gavin Newsom say his people's getting investigated too. What's up with that? That's what happens with Americans prosecuting Americans. Gavin Newsom saying they investigating him. That's crazy. Why? Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Americans always doing something against Americans, which I feel like it's silly. I feel like it's pretty silly, man. That they even fixing that shit to go like that. You ain't vote for the monster. Why you call him a monster? may create a loophole so that companies can invent stock that never goes to market, but then can be used as annual returns to claim. I think that's what Germany, the Nazis did with the German money, with the Deutsch back there, didn't they? They had created these companies where this money wasn't. I mean, it was something where they had funded that shit, but can be used in annual returns to claim a loss and avoid tax. I'm suspect based on who assesses it. Okay, didn't vote for that monster, says Too Shine. That's what it is. Hey, boss man, what do you think would be the substitution solution for fixing? Okay, first of all, we need to get there going really settle on what the problem is. The problem is we don't put too much in our infrastructure no more. Education, the school system should be A1. Every um, child in America should be afforded the same exact education because guess what? Each one of them are gonna learn it different, but they should be afforded the same education. There should be more apprenticeship schools. Less war. We need more town halls so we can get to the bottom of this stuff. More town hall meetings. It makes sense with companies with shelf life consumables, particularly restaurants and food processors, help improve margins and lowers taxable income. Okay. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people. It's like when they count the donuts at the end of the night that they don't serve, like at bakeries and shit. Yo, what's going on? April Showers, what's going on with you? That Clive Davis joint was on point. Clive Davis was vicious. Smashed that like yeah, Clive Davis. Chris, what you got on Clive Davis, fam? From Arista. I know he got a new legal team. Russell Wilson. What's Russell Wilson got a background in? He just defended somebody else also. I think Russell Wilson defended Yellow Beezy and them. That little rapper is on me, baby. And for the Mo 3 trial, he gonna be the Lucifer, right? He messed a whole lot of people lives up, like Luther Vandross. You know, he was the original Puff Daddy. That's who they should have been arrested, not Puff. Clive Davis. Smashed out like y'all. Carmelo victim or villain. Michael Jackson, Phyllis Hyman. Yep. Phyllis Hyman. Okay, hold on. Phyllis Hyman had that joint, Fly Me to the Moon, right? Right. Look, Phyllis Hyman, Whitney Houston took her job. They replaced Phyllis Hyman with Whitney Houston. I remember they used to have a lot of singers. Angela Bofield, Angela Winbush. Yeah, that living all alone joke. She blew that bitch. He is a victim because now he caught up in like a tug of war. If he gets a good look, it'll look like they giving him special favors. When he if he comes out, they might get him be able to give him a bond. I know that right. They might be able to get him a bond. Yep, I told y'all earlier. They say Clyde Davis had something to do with Angela Bofield's death, and that's crazy. Because whether y'all know this or not, a lot of these R&B singers from the '70s, the '60s, '70s, '80s, they weren't making on that much money, so they were no less like high paying call girls also. Right, like if all of them are charting, they made them battle for the spot for the one spot. You know what I'm saying? Yep, they said Clyde Davis had something to do with that. Yo, and check this out. This was from years ago. Look, they named all the people that Clyde Davis is on the Angela Bofield joint. Look, Phyllis, Angela, Whitney. Wow. Wow. They named all of them Phyllis, Angela, and Whitney. Wow, man. Eight of y'all in here. Yeah, the Quincy Jones was a weirdo too. You know, right before he died, he admitted all that homosexual stuff and he named names. Like they already had named these guys before though. Richard Pryor, um, Jim Neighbors, Marlon Brando, Marvin Gaye, um, Gene Simmons. All of them were in some kind of homosexual cult group. You know what I mean? Bunch of punks. Sherman Hemsley. Smash that like man. The dude who played George Jefferson, Sherman Hemsley. But yeah, Quincy came out and said some more crazy shit. And they try to say he had dementia. Nah, Quincy told y'all what time it was. Yeah, Quincy Jones, man. See, what we got to separate the English from the Dutch. These people are nobody but just entertainers. So sometimes we hold them at a more higher um, than they hold themselves. Because you know what I mean. Like, we I try not to get to be transfixed on because the person is just an entertainer, like if somebody was, oh shit, because you know what, in the end, they just like me and you. We are at the age of Aquarius. Everything is being revealed. So what's the next stage after the age of Aquarius? They destroyed lives, right? They did, and all for fame. Like it's crazy. Like remember, there used to be like sitcoms and movies and stuff that made satire of this stuff, and people were like, no, that's only in the movies. That's not really happening. Come to find out, it was really happening. These people really were having to compromise themselves for fame. And but what's so crazy is 50-50 because some of these people, the majority of them, were willing to be compromised for fame. It wasn't like they got tricked into it. They knew what they was getting into. And they probably thought like all of them, not me. It ain't gonna happen to me. I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like everything that we thought was urban legend seemingly has some truth to it. Everything that we thought was urban legend seemingly has some truth to it. That's so crazy. Yeah, they're going down. It seems like they're trying to hold Puff up from getting out too. Like that's crazy. It seems like they're trying to hold bro up. Smash that like y'all. They're trying to like bro up. But that's why I don't understand why they prosecuted people like Puffy, but Clive Davis remained untouched for his whole tenure in the music business. Clive Davis shaky ass remained untouched. Because he had Arista and he had J Records. Remember, J Records was in the 2000s. Scott says we need to pray and read our Bible. Wow. We need to pray and read our Bibles, guys. Scott, what kind of Christian are you? What's your denomination? If you feel like telling me, what's your denomination? Follow the Episcopalian. See, this is the world hasn't been staged. We never believe the people that. Right. But that's so crazy, though. Ain't it so crazy that the motherfuckers is telling the truth? They get put away in mental asylum. They put their ass away. They put them niggas away for telling the truth. Like, hell no, he crazy. Like the lady that stabbed Martin Luther King. She was the rest of her life in a mental asylum. They wait. John Hinckley, they got a shot. Ronald Reagan, he never went to prison. He went to a mental institution. Yeah, Gator, what's going on with you, Gator? What's up with you? Are you Pentecostal? Okay, okay. Chilling. blame JD Vance. Get him. Well, I'm up. If you don't know the sound of that, then what planet are you on? My stock fucking up too with this Elon guy, but I'm gonna still ride it out. Salute, Seven Gator. Thank you very much. Master Pill, what's up with you? Master Pill, what's up with you? That's what it is. Happy Father's Day. That's what it is. This is cool. Master Pill, what's your opinion on that with the situation with Carmelo Anthony? You think he was a victim? You think both of them was two young dummies? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't like the way Black America is handling it because Black America ain't even dealing with it. It's like the only way it exists is you're a content creator, you're trying to monetize off of it. So in Texas, black people are not outraged by it. See it all, hear it all. What's going on with you? The main thing is, what is that new lawyer coming in to do to help Carmelo? Is he coming to help the case? Chucky, a Chucky, a Chucky. Chuck, what's going on with you? What part of the country you in tonight, fam? Chuck, you see Scheme Team back up in Pompey too. This Carmelo case, George Zimmerman, George Zimmerman sucks. He old school. This some real shit, man. This depending on the young black man's life. 35 years is a bit much. Even though somebody else lost their life, it was two young dummies, man. He still got a chance that they wanted it. You know what I mean? A positive resolve out of it. He still got a chance. Austin is not here. But that young man. Oh shit. Yeah, yo, he be trying to curse me out. He asked me like, yo, chill, I know you. Cut it, dude. You trying to curse me out. Smash that like, y'all. But yeah, that shit crazy, man. Y'all notice they kind of quiet about them motherfuckers that did that shit. They try to blow up the UFC. Joining at the White House too. They ain't saying nothing about them white boys. About 9 of them. Crazy motherfucker. Typical MAGA. You can say what the video didn't show because they don't show videos from other, but they didn't show in. So somebody seen a video with the actual stabbing up there, and then again, did y'all see the knife? Y'all tell me one thing about that knife that nobody's saying nothing about. One thing about that knife, nobody's, and it was in two different states. So tell me one thing about that knife, y'all, that when they showed the knife, that nobody's saying nothing about. Carmelo was a kid, he got caught up in the media, made bad choices. You can't tell by the fear in his voice. Yeah, he was scared. He won't really with that shit. Damn. Span don't want the people to know him and his grimy, slimy ways to be on that new. Yeah, he on that new channel. You know what I mean? He the new scheme. It had a letter M on it. Also, come on now. What was up with that knife that was so odd that they showed you the knife? Nope. No blood was on the knife. Come on, if he stabbed him, why was no blood on the knife? That would have been tampering with evidence. No blood was on the knife. He said he turned over a new leaf. Yep. No blood was on the knife. Like, huh? No blood was on the knife, fam. And they showed it folded up. Why would they tamper with evidence like that? They showed it folded up. Well, can you prove that? A lot of people are saying that his parents did that, but I haven't seen any proof. So until I see some proof, I can't point the finger at the people, man. He went off on me in the chat too one day. He told me I didn't donate enough. Like, wow, dude, you're sitting here begging, man. I got the BMC e-bike foundation going on. Pretty soon, I'm just go ahead and cop the e-bike because the price I was gonna get it for was 7. Now the same bike is like at 5, and I'm like halfway there. So I might go ahead and just throw the rest on it. I was trying to fan support that shit. All a distraction. Starter homes over 1 million right now. The love of money is the root of all evil. Where you at? There? The starter homes is over 1 million. No doubt that they are in some places, but where you at? There? They said his parents used the money for the lawyer. It was frozen, and only the attorney could get the money from the place that did the funding. Okay, who was the first lawyer? Because I'm hearing his parents and them spent $600,000. That wouldn't have been a lawyer. That would have been a whole. I mean, the whole bar for the state. But if he would have paid a lawyer 600,000, he would have walked. A lawyer to pay every judge this side of the fucking Pecos. You said over 240 cities. Okay, Mike Howard and Toby Shook. Who was Mike Howard? Right, April. How much was his bond? The Metcalf family got some, but y'all remember I was paying that tape of Jeff Metcalf last year. Are you done? When he said he wasn't a racist, and come to find out he a racist. Carmelo daddy lost his job. See, Carmelo's mom and daddy is different from the Metcalfs. The Metcalfs are old, dirty South. I mean, part of the Confederacy type white folks, and Carmelo and them peoples are a little bit younger. Yeah, you remember I used to play that shit last year when he was talking to Jake Lang on the phone. I used to play that shit all the time. And Jake was like, when he was 17, he was scared of black people too. And then when Jeff Metcalf told him that he wasn't with making his son the face of white supremacy, um dude told him if you don't make your son the face of white supremacy, that you're making other Austin Metcalfs. Remember that shit? I told y'all. Gibson Gold stated the funds were distributed based on the terms of the fund. The family was forced to relocate due to press and death threats. Okay, Chris, thank you for clearing that up. So they didn't squander the money. They had to get out of there anyway. The white folks was mad. You know, when white folks get mad, they on some other shit. They rush to jail and pull you out. And next thing you know, you found with a rope around your neck and don't know nobody know what happened. The pharmacy back open, the sheriff back at work, the high school football coach, I mean, helping run drills. It happens. I heard that they had a MDA on them. But y'all remember I was playing that shit with him and Jake Lang. And Jake Lang was like, yo, he wanted Austin to be the face of it. Cause you know Jake Lang got that white nationalist shit going. Jake Lang, one of them January 6th. They said, oh, also the family kicked him out of the press conference. I didn't see all of this shit. I'm oblivious to it. I just been, you know what I mean, not trying to dive too deep in it so that my thinking on what is really at hand, that it was just two young men, two young dummies, man. Both of them trying to prove a point. Pissing contest. Okay, Mike Howard. Okay. Okay. Wow. So that was a conflict of interest that him and his prosecutor was friends. Maybe they had a lunch and threw Carmelo under the bus. What did Charleston White do? I'm gonna tell you something. Charleston White is American pop culture now, though. You can't mention nothing without him. He is into so much shit. Charlie Kirk wasn't enough to get up all distracted, so they pulled this one. And this one ain't gonna be enough either, because you know what? People get tired of court cases. And matter of fact, we're desensitized. Like black people to court cases. Once they go to prison, we like, he good. You better fight. You better fight. Because one thing about black people, we know penitentiary is somewhere in your future. If they want you, they want you. Smash that light, man. Was he lying? Number one, you don't let him come to your press conference because he a op. You let him have his own. And who is Amber Geiger? The name sounds familiar. Who is that? Nope. Hunter Potter still up in his old tricks in honor of his twin brother, Austin. Damn. See, Charleston White, he the problem. He one of them motherfuckers that y'all should never give that nigga money. You know what I'm saying? Me and Luncheon Out called that nigga back in the day one day. One summer night. We called that. He called back too. Oh, she killed that dude and she said she thought it was her crib, right? Yeah, she got a chance, right? She had a crazy excuse why she killed him in his house. Smashed that like y'all. Why are his supporters fools? I mean, for whatever reasons you feel like they're wrong. Maybe because of the demographics, how you was raised, what morals you were installed, and who installed them in you. I'm not saying they was wrong or fools. They can protect their family just like Jeff Metcalf is standing up for his son saying a bunch of malarkey. If you blame one, blame both. Neither one of them. I mean, and you know what's so crazy? Y'all saying all this shit about Carmelo and them family. They're fools. They're this and that. I have not heard them speak out now one time on some foolish shit, or somebody even say some foolish that they did some foolish shit. But besides people talking about they brought a house and a car, nothing else. There's no tapes of them screaming "die hunky" or none of that shit, dude. Y'all motherfuckers was painting a narrative like a motherfucker, man. I believe that too. It was something. She was stalking him or something. Yeah, she was stalking him or something. People tired. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the same shit. Emma shot that man for no reason. Talking about she thought she was at her crib. Nah, it wasn't no same shit. Picker, the villa. Why is he the villain, man? Smash that like, double tap that stream, 12 y'all in here. Yeah, how tall is Face on Love, man? How tall is that guy, man? Face on was looking crazy. Big worm. That shit crazy. Right, 10 years for blowing away your innocent neighbor in his own home. What to me is people will say they know how to. Dirty South is people are racist and y'all can't believe they would set a right. That's what's so crazy. But any of the myriad of things they will say people are crazy doing, they will not believe that they will set this kid up. Damn, Amber Cocker getting a break. I know that they'll set them up. I know firsthand, I mean, that they'll set your ass up. I'm telling you. I know that they will set his ass up. The system is corrupt. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's a possibility. I'm saying the system is corrupt as fuck, man. I know. Wow, not Big Worm, but y'all know them actors don't get paid shit, man. What's up, Carpe Diem? Seize the day. What's up with you? Says different rules apply in the just U.S. system. Right, right. Austin picked the wrong day to put his hands on a stranger. And wow, that's true though. Shit, the wrong day to try to be a bully. Everybody ain't going for that shit. Ugh. But yo, I'm telling you, they will set these motherfuckers up. They will set all of us up, man. Wow. Smash that like y'all. Smash that like y'all. They say Trump shitting on. Sorry to say it, but if I never get the child support, he only gets 10,000 a year. Right. There's politicking, man. You know what I mean? The Carmelo victim or villain situation or any myriad of things that they got out here for us to be distracted with. Sometimes you got to beat bullies up, man. That's just honest. Bullies should be beat up. That's how this should be handled. Okay. I went up like Enoch. I know everything now, Chuck. They took me up like Enoch, fam. I know everything. Smash that light. I just told you I went up like Enoch. They told me everything. Wow, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Like with a no nigga, we a stash at. They gonna tuck the man mustache off of. Yo, I found another stream block I can't stand. Man, I found another streamer to block. Who is it, Forensics? Cortez, what's going on with you? Yo, I feel like that'd be me after the induction. If it went well, like, look, no one will believe. Right. I'm telling you, they just came and got me. Defiant Brandon. Let me see him. Let me see him. What's he doing, Forensics? Oh, shit. I seen him before, too. I seen him before, too. I remember when he first started out, I didn't know his name was Defiant Brandon. Guess what? Don't even worry about him. For instance, he ain't even getting a YouTube check. He's monetized, but probably making like $4 a month. Yeah, something else happened to him. Remember, he was studying on something else, on business on something else one time. I remember this cat. Wow. See, I'm gonna tell you something. For instance, see, that's why I'm universal. I stay away from people like that. You gotta stay away from that double shit family because it'll upset you. What's up, Sue from the Boy Files? Right, for instance, you got to stay away from that devil shit because it'll hurt you. It'll get on you, and next thing you know, you'll be saying that type of shit, man. Salute, welcome to the BMC crew. Copy DM. I'm for real, man. That's why I stay away from that shit. That shit'll hurt you, dog. Motherfuckers like that, they bad for business. Even when you know you just want to listen and stuff. Nope. They put here for one week. But he ain't really profiting, for instance, I'm telling you. Um, he ain't in the algorithm like that. Put what's the name on your phone? On your joint vidIQ. vidIQ will tell you everything. It'll tell you how much money you're making. vidIQ or even go put his channel in Social Blade. It'll tell you how much bread he making. Smash that like. Yeah, he's doing it for views. Hey Chuck, what else was he into? That fat boy with the beard. I remember it was something else that he was trending for like 3 years. Like 3 years. Boom. And he been supporting me ever since April Shower. So greatly appreciated. You know, they got me on hiatus right now because of some I don't know what they was doing. I think I was booming too much because my joint came from like 5,000 to like I'm at 30 something quickly. And it's all behind this politics stuff, I mean. Oh, okay. That's why I saw him at No Jumper. Right, he did get beat up. He got beat up because he spit on somebody. Something went crazy, like he spit on somebody or something, right? Wow, yeah. Yo, for instance, yeah, you got to stay away from him. For instance, you would squirm at the Jubilee video. I was shocked I made it, though, but it was almost done cleaning. You got a video posted? Yeah, that he got ran off for no jump. I remember that. He kept talking about he was a real fighter. I remember that. Yeah, I wouldn't go to his channel. I just wanted to. I knew that I knew him for something. He kept talking about he was a real fighter and got his ass whooped. Yeah, I saw that. Yo, I'm telling you, it's just crazy that Trump is in office and the stuff that people are saying now. And it's like he given them a reason to come out their mouth like that now. Yeah, that's why you don't need to even go mess with him. He one of them incubuses. I mean, he the son of a succubus. He ain't gonna do but bring misery. Right, Chuck. He found a niche, but he kind of, I mean, he willed it. He's willed it, my G. Oh, he be getting on your page for instance, and you gotta block him. YouTube ain't gonna rest of everybody AI on this bit. Just checked it out. What trash? Completely ditched Justin Pearson. Focus on any crime where a black person harms a white one. Looks like audience capture and grifting the racists. He, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but he ain't getting no bread unless he getting a bunch of donations. Put vidIQ on y'all phones. It'll tell you everything when you go to this channel, give you the beats on it. He ain't really having a substantial impact on America. It's rage bait. Don't let them get you in a rage. We live in America with self-admitted racist president who has been caught doing illegal trade deals during war he started. Like what the fuck? Big as a welcome to your comfort zone. Um, I know I'm keep telling y'all we had a Ku Klux Klan Confederate president right after Abraham Lincoln. This is nothing new. It's tradition. Right. Everybody was I mean, yep, Andrew Johnson was terrible. He was fucking a racist dude. He was a Confederate. He helped got daggone with the banana shit. Every time you eat a fucking Chiquita banana, every time you eat a Chiquita banana, see, you are supporting the Confederacy because they went down the southern Mexico and broke it up into Guatemala and Honduras and all them little spots and formed the banana republics. Yeah, Andrew Johnson. Right after Abraham Lincoln, they had a Confederate dude as the president. He was a slave owner. You know what I'm saying? He gave the slaves, you know what I mean, some shit and then took it back. He they did start giving out the 40 acres in the mule. The army did. They gave them the 40 acres um in the mule and stuff, and they loaned them the mule. But then they came back and took everything back. And that's crazy. Right, that's why I don't beef. Because there ain't nothing to beef about. And my junk was monetized. I was getting it in a little bit on that green, but that's because of the and it goes by whatever particular niche you in. You know what I mean? The more intricate the niche, the more the value to the you know what I mean? I know, fam. That's one of my goddamn soft skills. I love history. Peace to the Lumbee tribe. That's what it is. They on the other side of my people. We in the dismal swamp. But you know, the Lumbee just got recognized by Donald Trump, so they can now get their money. And the Lumbees is a multiracial tribe. They come from the whitest of the white to the blackest of the black, and it ain't nobody that's better than. They kind of pretty chill over there. They out of Lumberton, North Carolina. You ran across the Lumbees forensics. They rescinded on Field Order 15. What's Field Order 15? April showers. Man, I was crying in grade school, the MLK video. Ruby Bridges, all adulthood is just a great reality check. I miss the 90s when at least buildings had colors. Fun was more shit. The 80s, we was watching the fucking space shuttle go up with Charlie Ride on that bitch and it blew up. Y'all remember that? Yeah, it is. Solid. Remember Charlie Ride? Yeah, they gave it out in around Savannah and around Beaufort, South Carolina, and Charleston area. They gave out the 40 acres in the mural and then took that motherfucker. Yeah, yeah, okay, okay, gotcha. Yeah, and it had to do the Freedmen's Bureau. The Freedmen's Bureau was like out west. The Freedmen, this shit had to do with the military. The military issued out the shit to him, a general. You know what I mean? And then the president got in office. He paid the slave owners for their slaves. So all he did was buy the United States some slaves and then make everybody else that, you know what I mean, thought they was free, make them slaves too, mentally, and let them roam the country. That's all they did was buy some slaves. The United States Corporation bought some slaves and let y'all live and go wherever y'all want to. Long as you, like the shit they did with sharecroppers, they took them off the land and put them back. Y'all ain't using our brain. They took us off the land and put us back. They took us off the land two times. They took us off the land and made us slaves, and then they put us back to Rome free, but under the still, I mean, that thinking that we from Africa. You know, whatever they tell you, you can't believe. I can't believe y'all is still going for it. You said you baked. Me too. Smash that like. Yeah, but you notice they don't tell you the other part of it. It was 40 acres in the mirror because you know what? They weren't even giving them the mirror. The army was supposed to loan them shits to him. 40 acres in the mirror, a bag of gold, and a shotgun. That was the other part of it. They never tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sherman. And that's also why the Juneteenth situation, they didn't have the security to go tell these people that they was free because the white folks won't give it up. You're welcome. Once black people were in Africa, weren't they already on multiple continents? Yeah. Listen, why don't, and I'm not dissing no white peoples, but why don't any white people call themselves Caucasians anymore? And I don't even see how they're getting by with the Aryan shit. Aryans are the descendant, Caucasians are descendants of Aryans. I mean, and Caucasians are in the Caucasus Mountains, Armenians, Azerbaijanians. But white folks, stop it, you Caucasian. Why? Yeah. Hey, did you know that Lincoln had a crew of people that was running with him, like some young wild white boys called the Awaken? Anybody know about the crew that was with Lincoln called the Awaken? Yeah, the Caucasus Mountains came from the caves. And there's some King Midas, greedy motherfucker he is. I mean, King Midas was out of the Caucasus. But y'all notice that they took that word away. Can I ask any white person in the chat, have you ever recognized yourself as a Caucasian? Right, a Caucasian. Remember, Caucasian male. They don't say that shit no more. What the fuck happened to Caucasian? Hey, what the fuck happened to the Caucasians? Yo, that's my next YouTube short. What? Yo, can I ask y'all something, man? Okay, we got the African Americans. What happened to the Caucasians? You know what I'm saying? Coming through a motherfucking short deal. You just my next short of a bit. So that's crazy. Y'all notice how that shit and nobody wants to own up to that. They was called Caucasians. So many different type of people are African. You remember Africa is a whole continent. So that, you know what I mean, that goes without saying. You say, yeah, white people don't call themselves Caucasians anymore because so many different types of people are Caucasian, but it doesn't reflect who Caucasians Americans are, which are white. But it doesn't reflect African American doesn't reflect who we are. We're black. You notice that they don't say African Americans, but and it's short for African is short for African American. No, black is short for African American. That doesn't make sense. Africa is a whole continent. You know what I'm saying? Caucasus Mountains is their origin. They don't want you to know that they some hairy Azerbaijan looking motherfuckers. I agree with you 100%. Massive difference between Black Americans and Africans. True, true. We're so different, but they attach our name to Africa so that we don't go and investigate our name being here. They attach us to a whole continent that we ain't got a dog in the fight, and we'll fight each other over it too. Those my ancestors in Africa. No, Africans sold Africans, and most of them did not come to the continent of North America. They probably died by way of the Trent, and they went to South America, like Brazil. They didn't bring a bunch of slaves from Africa. They brought a bunch of slaves from the Caribbean and took a bunch of people from here to the Caribbean. That's that like yeah, it's a whole Black Americans can be lumped in as one tribe because all of us are basically on the same type shit, no matter what the economic status. All of us, and none of us are really connected to Africa that like that. So that should tell you something. I don't have no fucking African dreams or I miss Africa or eating some fufu or something. I tried fufu. That shit was alright, but I mean, ain't nothing like some motherfucking biscuits at home. It's funny, ethnic identity removed from Europeans in the 1940s. No more German, Irish, French, Portuguese, Spain, no government document. Right, but America still recognizes themselves as German Americans, French Americans, Portuguese Americans, Spanish Americans, Irish Americans. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't probably never been there. There's their granddaddy got a name, O'Shea. Oh yeah, my granddaddy from Ireland. His granddaddy was from Poland. You know what I'm saying? But where does Caucasian come in with all that? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They were identifying themselves as Caucasian up until when? Let me see. Let me ask a AI dude. Still call people white people in America. And you know that was an American thing too, right? And I ain't talking about the ones because it was hence maybe that white people was, I mean, white people sometimes also called Caucasians, right? I ain't talking about the Caucasians in the Caucasus Mountains. White people were identifying as Caucasian at one time. And y'all notice when you really hear it, when it was like a police report, a Caucasian. So maybe they even was being racially profiled. Once I met some actual second generation immigrants from Ghana, Trinidad, etc., and their parents are actually African, they gave me their perspective on Black Americans versus Africans. And I was like, yeah, no dip, huh? Why are we so fixated on race? Why they hate for blacks? Who knows why they hate blacks, man? But we all know, you know. It's now that's the greatest lie that ever been told that they will never tell you the truth on. They'll take that shit to this motherfucker bankrupt or the Japanese come and flip this bitch again. They'll never tell you that they took black people and they didn't get them all from Africa. They got them from right here. You know what I mean? Changed the motherfucking name of them, what they was called. Kept them for 200 or 300 years out of education wise. That's why ain't nothing here African that the black people got. You better bet it. You still coming through here checking on it? Gradual decay. Just because we up for a conversation with some piece of shit like you, Pritel, can you give me more intel on why you feel like the hate for black people today is self-inflicted? Can you further why you say that? So let's we can get a feel of what you where you coming from. Yeah, we been here. You know that. That's what they tell you, get you. Y'all just got here. We been here. Smash that like. I was in the third grade. It was childish shit, but a wild lesson early on. Whatever happened to not judging a book by its cover, none of us could get who is white or black in the ancestry nowadays, right? You know what I'm saying? For instance, he can't. No, believe me, he's texting a long drawn out about us being either monkeys or that we kill each other and it's not having fathers. He's doing something. I bet money. You know, nah, he did. I didn't. He doing. He fixing it up though, Mister Gradual Decay. I don't know why they do though, but you know why they do. Y'all know why they hate us. Because when they look at us, they see the lie, and this country is built off of that shit. I don't care what nobody says. The more and more, I mean, look at this guy. What's your deal, fool? You know what? Oh, there was seven Getter right in that. Thousands of examples. Nah, you know what? You're fired. You couldn't even. You should have told me something. Come back in your new with your new Gmail or your old one, because you're fired with that one. In 2019, the American Association of Physical Anthropologists stated the belief in races are natural aspects of human biology and the structures and equality racism that emerge from such beliefs. Man, racism was created to separate the Irish and the black people and further tweaked when they wanted to adjust it to other countries when they saw how well it worked in America for the systematic slavery. It was tweaked. Germans used to be about a lot of shit like mental institutions and construction, concentration camps and all that are birthed by Germans who they don't think like human, they think like soldiers, mercenaries. But he's fired. But yeah, that they'll never tell you the truth about that stuff. Like racism is passed along. It's a learned behavior. They teach them the racial tactics. You know what I'm saying? As white as many of us are, they have the nerve to pretend that worst in us doesn't come from the worst of them, right? Are you saying is Trump is racist in your poll? Hold on. Trump versus Obama. Trump 43, Obama 41. They both suck 16. No, I'm asking who was the better man, who was the better president. How did you get anything racist out of that poll? Smash that like who was the better president? Trump. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not racist. I am at home on an ankle monitor. I just got out of, that's too much information. Nature is fighting our resources. Color has nothing to do with that. Jealousy, well, of another group, right? But you know what? That's what fuels it. That racial shit was designed to keep us separated in the back of our minds, no matter what. When we get around each other, ain't it crazy that we always look at each other like, no matter what, man. And it's learned behavior, and it's been deeply ingrained in us. For instance, said, "Welcome home." 22 of them things. You just did 22 years. What you can do with the rest of your life? Welcome to America. Is that Amber Geiger? Mm. Amber. How long was Amber Geiger like the? God damn. Possession with intent to distribute crack cocaine, possession of a firearm, and further of drug trafficking. Wow, you had a RICO. What state was this in? The RICO. God damn. Nah, it wasn't a RICO because I didn't hear them mention racketeering. Damn. And when you were 19, you had a RICO. Wow. This time, don't rescind. Don't become a recidivism. Smash that light. You just got hired. I just hired a felon. That's what it is. Smash that light. Oh yeah, what kind of marijuana did you sell? What was it? That brick Mexican? What was it? And you know what? Don't give me the jail story of what kind of marijuana. You know, in jail it's always in better jail. You know, I had all Acapulco Gold, tons of it. You know what I'm saying, we just right weed is legal now, but you know what? They gotta give them some of them people restitution that their lives was affected because of they sold weed or had a dirty urine. Y'all know that, right? In my area, it has. Okay, that green sticky red. Okay, okay, okay. That Arizona. In some states, they call it that Al Pacino. Okay, that sticky icky. But you know that you can file for some kind of reparations for that. People that were affected by marijuana, jail time, and all that in some particular states. 22 years and goddamn on 2004. Okay, congratulations. You made it this far. What's next on your agenda now that you out of the penitentiary? What you got going on now, fam? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so when they give you clemency, you'll get some kind of all right, April showers. You'll get some kind of restitution for it. Oh, that's what it is. Oh yeah, with all this in the federal penitentiary. We about to wrap this up, y'all. I'm gonna take it down, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll be back up and running. 10 o'clock live stream. That's what it is. All right, Gator. All right, Forensics. All right, April Showers. Okay, take it like there. Let me see. Everybody that was in here. Hard Fed time with the anchor monitor and everybody else, man. That's what